to the audio show. Okay, so one of two things. Either Anthony wants Piarry back, or this is just a figment of our imagination. Either way, this did not look good. Let's go.
I'm just hanging out with you, reminiscing about college and the good times that we had. I'm just looking at where I'm at now, looking at where you're at now.
I don't know what he's talking about. Anthony has a weird way of when he goes into these notions, he starts to do this reminiscing thing that is not that you need to be very careful with it because of what you're going to say or what you say to different people. And I spoke on this morning. He has to become more aware of the things he's actually saying because you're just reminiscing out of the blues. Just doesn't look like you're actually very very steady. I would love them to write like the characters. Some character tell them, "Yeah, have you thought about getting some therapists and then getting some?" But maybe that's only just pushing therapy too much or something to that effect. Or talk to somebody else then that makes sense for him to talk to. Not Iman. Definitely not Iman because Iman I go smoke with him.
What is it?
Thinking maybe I should have ended up with you.
Anthony, don't start. Don't start with that.
No, I'm not. I mean, I was looking at stuff with my eyes.
You should have been with Piarry. Okay, like I said on the live, if Anthony was thinking this, then he needs to keep this to himself. Then when they get divorced, you say this. Look here, nothing is wrong if you want to decide your mind that, you know what, I think I should have been with that girl. Nothing wrong with that. Just not while they're going through a divorce. Because what it does is the people who are around you get confused. Now, hopefully, Pierre not get too confused, or who knows? Someone says maybe when, Pierre starts drinking again, this will come up in her mind. I don't know. But I'm just saying.
My physical eyes. But I really needed to be looking at things with my heart. And I'm talking to somebody who knew me before the money, before the success. One who used to cheat on off my papers in college. You know what I'm saying? You got me.
Okay. Here's my thing though. So Anthony's making it seem as though because Amber's asking for 50%, that some way, somehow, if he had gotten with Piarry, because she knew him before, she would not have taken 50%. It would have worked out. Here's the answer to that. You don't know that. You don't know if it would have worked out. You don't know if Piarry wouldn't have gone for 80% or 90%. You don't know that because you don't know if she'd have been extremely hurt, where she decided she would exactly want to hurt you. You don't know that. So this is all just basically Anthony making assumptions. Again, these are just assumptions. That PR would have been a better personnel for him than Amber. You don't know that. PR now has a drinking issue. Some people say that this is not the reason why, PR started the drinking issues because of her dad. Well, let's just say it's because of her dad and her drinking issue got worse and worse. You don't know the type of wife you'd have had or how much complaints you'd have made or any of those things. You don't know this. So for him to actually say this to make it look like, you had to, or, and we say it all the times, we do say it. But as time comes by, I've come to realize that you don't know these things. They sound good when you say them. In other words, you say, you know what, that girl I had 10 years ago, that's the girl I should have really married. You don't know these things. You don't know. Sometimes I've been quite shocked to see how some people has transformed over time. Like to see what they've become now versus seeing them years ago surprises me. And I'm like, man, I'm glad, So I'm glad I never got into that. So you don't really know that. This is the truth of the matter, what I mean? But hey, he believes that.
I don't know. It's just like looking at it now. It's like what if?
Anthony, there is no what if. You're only saying this right now because you're in a vulnerable state. Like, I don't even know what. Just stop. That's all I'm gonna say. Just stop. You're married. You need to fight for your wife. And everything that you're feeling right now, I don't believe is genuine. I like life played out the way that it was supposed to.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give P a lot of respect for this. You know, I'm gonna give. I didn't do it on the live, and I'm gonna give her respect for it. You know why? Because she could have, and I don't know if she's going to take the bait, but hey, I'm gonna have to give her the credit. While we can give her the credit, as of right now, I'm gonna give her credit. Okay, I'm giving her the credit because Piarry could have gone deeper into this. Instead, she tried to stop Anthony in his tracks from going too further. I'm going to have to give her credit for that. Just like how me can rip on her and say PR is sometimes terrible, I'll have to give her the credit for at least stopping that. Don't agree with the advice she gave him earlier, but I agree. I definitely agree with her stopping him in his tracks and telling him, you know what, hey, just let it go for right now. You need to go back to your wife and do what you need to do because it still is a marriage. You know, at least I can give her credit for not playing too Shayla in this moment. But again, I don't know. I'm gonna have to give her the moment.
Don't start saying things that you don't mean.
Yeah, I can't make the same mistake twice. You know?
Yeah. So stay focused. Be Amber's medicine and make your wife happy.
That's an interesting scene of him saying him can't make the same mistake twice. Charmin asked what did he mean by that, right? Because him can't make the same mistake twice of getting in with Pierre and leaving her. I think that's what he means. Someone else explain it like that. You can't make the same mistake twice of saying, you know what, Piarry, I want to be with you, goes to be with her, sleeps with her, and then walks away from her. Is he saying him can't make the same mistake twice of that, or is he saying, hey, you know, I'm gonna know him now. I'll walk away from her. I'm not sure how to take that. Is what I'm trying to get at. Maybe somebody can, you know, I mean, dive deeper into that.
Okay?
Hey,
All right. I still love you. You want the
love you
best.
too.
But, yeah. Stop talking crazy.
When have you ever heard me say something that I didn't mean?
Then he does that. The question now is, again, I've given Pierre the credit, but the question now is, does she go home and does she internalize this? Does she act on this? I think that's now the question in the audience's mind, or is this just another, you know, skit that they put inside of Skitland to hold time or hold space? Because I call him some of them space holder. Like for example, last night they had like a delicious skit with Shayla. It's more like a placeholder. You know, it does it progress the story forward. It talks about the story, but it's not. It has no great significance, and so that's why some of the times I'll skip one or two skits, friends. I do that deliberately because I feel like it's more of a space roller skit, which is fine. So I let the content creators manage that skit because I just go ahead for the content that is worth us talking about because there's something in there for it to talk about. That makes sense to you. But hey, give me a take. Give me a take. Is this gonna go anywhere at all? I feel like that's the question I wanted to ask and I did not ask. Will this go anywhere? Will PR take this and run with this, or is this just another? Okay, he just said this thing. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to y'all soon.